There's another situation that's going to occur in August of 1992. It's going to occur with an individual who you told me that you actually knew for a while. You went to school with him in your younger years. Can you run down this situation? August of
Yeah,
1992.
Ralphie Schuler. He was somebody I went to grammar school with. He was a year older, or maybe two. I believe it was young, 1 year. And he was a kid that always was getting himself into trouble. And not only that, not good to talk about the dad, but he was pissing a lot of people off. He was doing a lot of things that at the time was, putting people in bad places. For example, he'd rob joker poker machines with people he knows that are working in these places, and they're not telling them nothing. And then if they did get caught by one of these people, he put them in a bad jam because that's what they do for a living. I was one of them. Um, and he was ruffling a lot of feathers for sure, and he was doing all this stupid shit, fucking people for money. Not fucking me, robbing it, not borrowing, leaving. He would rob people's fireworks. He used to try a lot of people, but he was getting with it as far as wanting to be a gangster. He was starting to get mentored the right way, I guess, if he was, but not enough time to get mentored that way because within a 4 month period, he ends up getting into it with Vito. And the circumstance of the situation was similar to the other two guys. They told him that they were looking to buy some weight. I don't. I think it was marijuana. I'm not sure. But prior to that, the 6 months prior to this going on, to him dying in August, we would hang out in the coffee shop about, I don't know, maybe 4 to 5 o'clock before dinner. And what used to be like fucking around used to get serious all the time. You understand? And
Yep.
there was a time where I had gotten into it with Ralph, and Vito was already Ralphie was on Vito's shit list already, and he had said something to me where we went back and forth. I said, go fuck yourself. They got a little serious, but probably like, I'm just fucking around. And then Vito said, well, you know what? How about me and Frankie go out there with you and your friend Joey? He was his friend that he was like a Vince McMahon. We go around the corner. And Ralphie took it as like, I wouldn't do nothing like that. Me and you are friends. He said, I'd rather roll in shit than be your friend. So it was starting to get that. This was going on a lot until the point that one day the kid just disappeared. And what happened was they caught him and they brought him to the kid Fabio's house with the aspirations that there was going to be this drug deal, and that didn't happen. It's kind of the same thing. They found him in his trunk in Long Island. It was a Mercedes.
Frank, at that time, you're saying he was being mentored, Shula, and this is under the
Yeah,
tutelage
there was
of Bobby
Bobby
Glasses,
Glasses.
right?
Yes, who was a
Okay.
family friend as well and a friend. He was really a nice guy. And I
Uh-huh.
kind of felt bad because he really felt sad about this. And he'd ask, he'd say, "Hey, you know anything about Ralphie?" And I'd be like, "No, no, I don't." And he goes, "Okay." And he'd ask about the kid Vito, and I said, "No, no. Why would I know?" I said, "Not at all." He said, "Okay." But that was one of the few times I seen Bobby really being serious. Did I know? Yeah, yeah. But not that I knew. I knew after the fact. You understand?
Yeah, no, you weren't like
Before. No,
alerted
no,
to the
no, no,
news.
no,
Yeah,
no, no,
yeah,
no. It was
yeah.
like, have you seen so and so? I said no, and then he told me, well, you ain't. And I was like, oh shit, wait a minute. And then he was right. And why wouldn't I have taken him seriously?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that was that time, and that
And
was
was
the
it, when you
third.
say no, well, you ain't. Is that something? Is that like the type of language that because I've
No,
heard other
no, no,
stories.
no, no, no. We respected ourselves that way, and he knew I kind of had a fallout with the kid. So
Okay.
by him telling me that, he was telling me you're good, and he used to be exact. We used to call it get Applehead. Um,
Applehead. Okay.
yeah, the fuck, just not enough. We just fucking used to fuck around. They used to fuck around with me about the shit too. Um,
Well, let me ask you, Frank, because I'm intrigued by like the psychology of like a lot of this shit too. Like
mhm.
with any crime, and it doesn't even outside of organized crime, even like somebody alluding to you that, yeah, well, you ain't gonna see him no more. Let's say it's a comment like that. What how does that make you feel though? Like, do you feel a certain type of way? Does it give you like a chill, like Jesus, like, or is it you're just not even in that mentality? You
No,
don't.
no. Without yes. Because yes, it did. And I remember going to a certain family member of mine and telling him this is what I heard. Um, Brother actually, and he didn't say nothing to me. He said, "Okay." He didn't even answer yes or no. He said, "Okay." And he just, I remember going up the stairs. But that's how much I remember this. This is 1992 August. Um, and so this was one of the first people that I actually knew from childhood that had been murdered. You heard about this stuff all the time, and we but so it was, yeah, of course. But life goes on. That's that life. We're in our 50s now. We think back, we're like, wow, do I wish he was dead? Absolutely not. I mean, I wish he would have had kids and everything like that. But am I gonna stay here and say I flipped because he was my best friend like some other people? Like, he wasn't my best friend. If I had to pick between who I was closer, I'd pick Vito.